When will the world wake up to Hinduphobia? That this is a reality. On Thursday, March 17th at night, an Islamist mob attacked an ISKCON temple located on Lal Mohan Saha Street in Wari in Dhaka division of Bangladesh. The attack was led by a 62-year-old Haji Shafiullah. Under his direction, an Islamist mob of 150 to 200 Islamists laid siege on the temple. They desecrated the murtis, vandalized the temple premises, and looted other valuable items from the temple. Unfortunately, this is not the only attack on Hindus or on minorities that has taken place in Bangladesh or even in our neighborhood, particularly Pakistan and Afghanistan. There is a long list of such attacks. Over 3,600 attacks have taken place just on Hindus, their houses, places of worship since 2013 in Bangladesh alone, as per many reports. In Bangladesh today, Hindus comprise less than 9% of the population. The census numbers show that there has been a remarkable fall in the Hindu population in the last 4 decades. Hinduphobia, ladies and gentlemen, is a reality that the world must wake up to. This is why recently, when a resolution was brought to the United Nations about Islamophobia, and this resolution was introduced by Pakistan. It was co-sponsored by countries like Afghanistan, Bangladesh, China, and many others. The Modi government, our government, took a very principled stand. Our permanent representative at the United Nations, Mr. Trimurti, said that the world and the United Nations must recognize religiophobias against all religions. There should not be a selective approach towards one. When there is an increase in attacks on religious places of worship like gurudwaras, monasteries, temples, there's an increase in the spreading of hatred and disinformation against non-Abrahamic religions as well in many countries. How can these be ignored? How can they not be recognized? Be it the destruction of the Bamia Buddhas in Afghanistan by the Taliban, the violation of Gurudwara premises, massacre of Sikh pilgrims in Gurudwaras, attacks on temples, glorification of the breaking of idols in temples. We've seen so many such instances, particularly from our neighborhood. All of these contribute to the rise of contemporary forms of religiophobia against non-Abrahamic religions too. This is why India took a principled stand against elevating the phobia against one religion to the level of an international day to the exclusion of all others. Celebration of a religion is one thing, but to commemorate the combating of hatred against one religion to the exclusion of others is quite another. In fact, the resolution may well end up downplaying the seriousness of phobias against all other religions. That is what Mr. Trimurti said on behalf of India. Today, that stand taken by India at the United Nations stands vindicated. Is it not time that the world recognized this too? That Hinduphobia is a reality, that phobia against non-Abrahamic faiths exists? Unfortunately, there are some, driven by their vested interests, by their politics, they continue to peddle only one narrative, the narrative of Islamophobia, and they remain silent when attacks such as these take place. Today, the lobby that doubted the CAA law must also speak up. But then, perhaps they are busy in their attempt to silence the Kashmir Files, a seminal piece of work in documenting the most cruel and violent manifestation of Hinduphobia that took place 32 years ago, about which the entire ecosystem wants to remain shh.